Okay, good morning. This is Mystic Crypto, your crypto mystic, bringing you balanced market updates. Not a bear, not a bull, just sound analysis. Not a financial advisor, but the way that I've tread the mystical crypto waters since 2006, I've been called a mystic. Let's dive in. So we're gonna start looking at the. Let's start looking at the DXY actually. So it looks here, DXY. This is on weekly. We went down below this trend line here, and we've been ever since. Let's get to the daily actually. Went down below it, tested the bottom end of the Bollinger Band, and boom, went right through it. And now it looks like we are forming. No, never mind. I wouldn't say it's a bull flag just yet, but we might be using this line here, this trend line as support, and to find more room up. If you look, we are now well over the MA 200. We went for a retest, and well, let's wait to see if we actually do get a retest. No, it's right here. We got a retest, and now we are moving up. So it's looking pretty good. We had a clean break, so it looks pretty strong to me. Okay, let's look at the RSI. The RSI on the weekly. On the daily, obviously we have a lot of room left to go. So on the weekly, it's still kind of high, but it's using this trend line here as a launching pad. So there's some room up there. I would say the trend is your friend in this case. We did have also a bearish divergence on the weekly, where we have higher highs in the price, lower lows in the RSI oscillator, and that may have played out, which is why we went down as low as we did, hit the trend line, and now we are bouncing up. All right, as DXY is moving up, let's see what the stock market is doing. Let's see what good old Nasdaq is doing. So Nasdaq is still above this trend line. We're starting to test it a little bit. It doesn't necessarily look weak on the weekly. On the daily, yeah, it looks like we could be possibly seeing a bounce on the 200. Look at the daily; it's still hugging this, bouncing off of the daily trend line on the RSI. So that actually doesn't look that bad at all. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin, there's a lot more action happening here. We've had this trend line. We've had this trend line here since our low at 17, 17.5, 17.6. We've been within this green line, within these two green lines here. Ever since then, I've been saying that nothing really has changed. But after, say July 13th, we've been following this trend line where we've been receiving higher highs and higher highs and higher highs, and so we are still within that range. We're still in the higher high range. So that's looking good, but we did break this white trend line that we've had since July 13th. We've broken down below it, and now we're under the, oh yeah, so yeah, we are definitely under this here trend line, but And on the daily RSI, we might try to bounce up to see if we can reclaim it. I've been saying that we were due to a move, and once we broke below, that would be a signal for me that the bear trend is definitely still in. Let's see what happens if we can break above, or if we can come above to try to test it. And once we test it, that's when I would actually probably go short. It looks weak, so I would probably go short at around 23,800 range. I'll put stops around 23,922. I can see it trying to reclaim that trend line, so let's watch and see what happens. So it may spike up, but I think that's going to be a fake out. I'll watch the RSI trend line for a rejection on daily. On the weekly, we are still in a clear bear flag, so that's still in play. We're still in a bigger downward trend here, and that's why I keep saying until we break this trend, I am going to remain bearish. If we break above 28,000, I will become bullish, and I will be excited. Okay, so, but also if we break below the 22.6, break below 22.6, say right around here, that would negate our higher high thesis, and I will place a even larger short. And my longs that I do have, I would definitely, not longs, my spot Bitcoin that I'm holding, I will sell at that point. Okay, here, and also if you look at the weekly, we do have a bearish divergence where we're receiving excuse me, that's actually on the OBV. We actually have 3 points. We have 3 points of triple negative bearish divergence. If you look at the balance volume here, where we have the oscillator going low and the price action is up. So not here, but here. 1, 2, 3. Two, 3. So each of these points here, down here on the OBV, will show you that we are having a lower trend, downward trend, where the price is moving, looking at the volume says volume is pretty low. Not really seeing a lot of big green candles here to support anything. Okay, so we have declining volume. Oh boy, we have bearish divergence on the weekly. Oh boy, and we are actually right at the weekly rate. Actually, right now we're below. Yeah, we're probably just a little bit below the EMA 8 on the weekly. That's been a tough thing that Bitcoin has been trying to reclaim. We reclaimed it last week, closed above it. This week, right now we're a little bit under it. If you see here, tried. This is on the week. This is the first time. but right now it's not really looking good. Moving on to ADA, I do have a little bit of ADA. So I did say that I would sell if we ended up closing below this line. But we did make a little bounce on that weekly 8. Sooner or later, by the end of the day, there is a reclaiming of at least the EMA 8 daily. Okay, follow, like, and subscribe. Here to help. So far, right now, I'm still in my Bitcoin position. 30%, 10% ETH, 5% data, 55 in stablecoin. Have a good day.